What is going on, guys? Back with another video. But today's going to be something a little bit different than what I've been traditionally doing so far on my channel. This is going to be kind of like a backwards thing from what I posted a few days ago with a PSA sub. And I actually just recently got hit a little bit after that video that PSA actually just changed their grading standards on centering. They used to be to qualify for a PSA 10, it used to be 60-40, which a lot of people were very happy about because you get cards in a slab that are very, very off-centered. So they actually changed it to 55-45. So I had to go back to that video or go back to those cards that I had submitted and really go through and check to make sure that everything was under those close parameters. And for someone like me that my business revolves a lot around grading cards for either the long term or just the short term flip, getting the most out of your cards is what is most important to me. And to me, that is grading, whether it's with PSA or SGC or Beckett. But PSA right now is probably the best in terms of getting the most out of your card in terms of value for that type of flip or long-term investment. So like I was saying, it used to be 60-40 was their grading standard for centering, whether it was top or bottom, left or right, didn't matter. And the back was like 80-20 or something like that. Well, they recently just changed it to 55-45 for it to qualify as a 10. Anything less than that, it's going to immediately drop it to a 9. So they're going to take it a little bit. It's going to be a little bit more strict now. I mean, just looking through. So you want to be a little bit more careful and really, go through and look at your cards, especially if you're sending it off to grading, because immediately, if it's not 55-45, they're going to drop it immediately. So if you send a bunch of cards that are really on that verge of that 60-40, 57, 37, I mean, you're really, or 43, you're really going to be in that tough spot there. PSA 9 is now 60-40. You got 8s that are now 65-35. The back only has to be 90-10 for an 8. But the front centering 65-35. You got 7s, 70-30, and the list goes on. Everything after row 8 doesn't really qualify, I would say, to me. I really am super careful. I used to not be as strict, especially with the centering, which is now is going to be super important with sending in cards now. So I kind of adjusted my submission and kind of wanted to show you guys it. A lot of the cards are, I think, pretty much the same. And I'm serious, it's all baseball, getting real ramped up with spring training starting here in a few days, right? So let's kind of get into this. It's a big stack. It's 45 cards, if I'm not mistaken, between just rookie color from Updater series and then also Bowman Draft, Bowman Chrome, bunch of different guys. Having to adjust to this new system that PSA is going to have. I went through my 200 plus, 300 plus raw inventory of cards and was like, I probably whittled out like 40 cards. I mean, that's how many cards I had that were on that cusp of center is going to drop it to a 9 immediately. And you don't want to send a card at a $3.99 that's in a PSA 10, $50, and a 9, it's $20, because then you're just paying for that grading fee, getting it slabbed, and obviously you're not chasing 9s, you're chasing 10s. So I really kind of adjusted what I was really going through. I'm not going to talk about any of these guys really, but I'm kind of just going to show you what I went through. Some of these guys I've actually talked about in a few of the podcasts, like Braden Taylor and Cooper there, Cooper Ingle. Actually, I've actually bought a ton of him. Recently sold a card to his dad not too long ago. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I was like, I'll keep buying him, you know. Seems like a good kid. His dad seemed like a really good guy. So rooting for him. My main PC right now, Jordan Westberg. I think he's going to have a big year this year. But I'm super stoked to see what happens this season. MLB pipeline, I'm looking at it, and this is going to be a freaking fun year. Super stoked. I think this submission, I think it's in that 40, my cards are about 45 to maybe 50 card range. I think this is going to cost me about almost $1,000, but I'm okay with that. I recently just sold my Enrique Bradfield 101 Papardasha PSA 10 for $1,500 a couple days ago. So that one card covers these close to 50 cards. So kind of happy about that. I know as a nose fan, it's probably weird selling those cards, but I actually don't collect the firsts in my own PC. I collect the rookies once their top series cards come out. But I know it's weird, me being a Bowman buyer, and I love prospecting. There's guys I definitely hold on to more than I sell, especially if I really, really believe in them, that I've been holding on for a little bit. And a lot of these guys, few of them you may or may not have heard of, but I actually watch a few other, not baseball card podcasters or anything like that, or guys that collect cards, but I like to listen to a lot of MLB draft stuff, and that's how I get a lot of my content that I'm trying to form, is listening and watching guys, and listening to what they really like about these guys. I go through, I kind of watch some MLB game or MI minor league games, and kind of get an idea of what I get my content off of. The man, Jackson Churio. Gonna have a massive year this year, can't wait. A lot of you guys probably like this guy. Probably no one's ever really heard of, but Black Parallel. Probably one of the best parallels in Top Series or Topps Update. Probably one of the more sought after parallels. Junior Caminero. I don't have a whole lot of him, but holy crap, I'm excited for this kid. I mean, that Winter League home run was enough for me to go like, oh shoot, I'm gonna start buying this guy. I mean, this kid's electric, and as an O's fan, I don't really like buying rivals cards, but this kid is electric. This is another parallel I'm really big fan of. I kind of already showed you another one. I have a few actually in this submission. Paul Skeens, of course, probably one of the most hyped pitchers since not Scherzer, Strasburg. Probably one of my favorite rookies from this past year. I mean, it's such an obvious one. Wyatt Langford really bounced back after that, really slow start. I really think he's going to have a good year this year. Zach Neto, kind of a slept-on shortstop in the league. Really poised for a big year this year. Noble Meyer, probably one of my favorite pitchers in the minors. I talk about him soon, actually. Actually been selling to a teammate of his, Emmett Olson. A lot of people probably never even heard of him, but he's on Jupiter Hammerheads, which I think is the low A or high A for the Marlins. I actually sold a few cards to Emmett Olson, who's actually a pitcher in the Marlins system. I sold a card of him to him, and actually a teammate, and a PSA 10 to him too. So I think that was pretty cool. So I'm sending in all my Marlins cards now. Jacob Jones. Yeah, see, here's another. Jordan Lawler. I really am pulling for this kid. I mean, his rookie cards are dirt cheap. He's still 22. I think he missed almost all of last year with like a hip injury. Really excited for him. Austin Wells, top 3, Rookie of the Year candidate, Yankee. Everyone loves this kid. Kyle Harris. Holy crap. Last week, Ben Brown. Yeah, this is the submission. I think I counted 45 cards. So these are kind of what I dumbed a lot of it down to and was like, okay, it's time to get a big submission before the season started, but I didn't duplicate anybody. I have a crap ton of White Langford and a crap ton of some of these other guys, but I'm like, let's just send one of each, see how these guys do, especially with spring training starting soon. So enough of me yapping, but super excited to see what this comes out to. You know, I will reveal these cards as soon as I come back from PSA. But I just kind of wanted to make this short video because I thought the PSA news were very important. And thought I'd share that with you guys because for anyone that has seen my content so far, a lot of it has been through grading cards. I haven't like specifically sat down and talked about the whole process or anything like that, but a lot of my business is through grading cards. That's what I do, and talking about players. So figured I'd get that out and kind of talk about it because I want to make sure the people that come to me and watch my content get the most out of their cards. And grading is most important to me and what I think is the most and best way to maximize your selling potential. So if you guys appreciate this content, please like and follow, subscribe for more. Please watch some of my other content and get onto those baseball card podcasts. Drop some players you want me to talk about. I got a new episode coming out soon. Can't wait. Peace, guys.